Hi, my name is Kylie, and apparently I have a problem with buying cross-stitch charts. They say admittance is the first step to recovery, right? Hey everybody, I'm Kylie. If you are new to this channel, welcome for the first time. And if you are a returning person, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. 2021 WIP Parade. Here it is. It was requested, and so that is what we're going to do today. We're also going to talk about 2022 plans. So I want to go ahead and start off with 2022 plans because as I go through these, I can kind of show you if it's going to be a priority for me in 2022 as well. So I have created an online digital database where I have got every chart that I own listed, what it needs for me to buy if I'm serious about doing the chart. It's got a picture of it, so I can go through my stash on my PC or mobile device at any time and see what I own because there's pictures included. So as I was going through this database and putting everything in, I was finding charts that I forgot that I had that I wanted to stitch. So in my database, I made a place where I could click it if I wanted to make it a priority in 2021. And so far, I have got 37 projects that I'm wanting to get stitched in 2022. I also have told myself absolutely no new charts. I have started a new folder. When I see a chart that I like, I can take a picture or a screenshot and put it in that folder on my phone. And at the end, if I get a bingo on my WIP Go board, because I'm doing WIP Go, I can buy one chart. That's the deal. If I black out my WIP Go board, I don't know, I'm going to make some kind of rule where you can buy, like I can buy like 5 charts or something to go into 2023. But this is alarming because I just started cross-stitching in April of 2021. So I have accumulated all this stuff. Yeah. In 9 months, 8 months of the year. So I've got to slow down. But I am really happy about all of the projects that I'm going to be stitching. I'm also doing, like I said, WIP Go. I've got my WIP Go board made, but I did not fill it in with specific projects because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and work on every project that I was wanting to get to in 2022. And so I've left my board blank, and the 2 numbers that are called, I will choose 1 or 2 patterns to go in that block. I'm not going to fill it in and then choose to work on a project that I'm not feeling in the moment. I know that I'm wanting to work on all 37 of my projects. So if I get committed to working on a pattern that I'm not in the mood to work on, I know I'm not going to complete it. So that's what I will do. So for January, the 2 WIP Go numbers have already been called. I can't remember. I think it's 2 and 19. So for 2, I chose Winter by the Cricut collection. And for 19, I have chose 2 out of the Just Cross Stitch magazine that I wanted to start. One of them is Valentine's Village. There's what it looks like. And the other one is The Heart is Like a Garden. So those are the 3 that I'm going to be working on. My goals are to work on the projects for an hour, at least an hour, for 10 days out of the month. I think I can manage all of that. My husband and I, we like to watch movies in the evening. So I'm not a big movie watcher, so for me to sit in front of the TV, I have to have something to do, and stitching is what I like to do, sitting in front of the TV. So if we watch a movie every single day of the month, I'll have no problem meeting my goal because I've got 3 projects. The goal is to work on it at least 1 hour, 10 days out of the month. That's 30 days. So that's an easy achievable goal. So yeah, that's my goal. And so when the new WIP Go numbers are called, I will choose a project or 2 or 3 or 4 to go on my WIP Go board out of those 37 projects. So by the end of next year, I want to have stitched on all 37 of them projects and hopefully completed some of them. That's what I would love to do. But going into 2022, I am finishing up my final semester of my master's degree. So between January and April, I'm going to have that in the mix too. So I think an hour a day, I was going to do 300 stitches, but I sit down the day before yesterday and worked on my winter by the Cricut collection, and I got 300 stitches done in like no time. But it was straight block coloring. And then last night I sat down and stitched on 300 stitches, and it took me like almost 2 hours to get it in because some of it was that thick carrick, or however you say that thread. So that's why I said at least an hour a day for 10 days out of the month. So I think that's highly doable. I have had a little bit of stash I'm just going to show here because it's on my brain, and if I don't, I'll forget. This is the gray Ada cloth that I'm doing that Valentine's Village on. And I got the Mill Hill beads for these. I don't know why I was thinking that Mill Hill beads are outrageous, but they are not. These were $1.53 a pack on 123stitch.com. And I was extremely pleased with the shipping. Even over Christmas, I ordered it on the 22nd. They had it shipped out to me on the 23rd, and I got it today on the 27th. So that is very impressive. I will be buying from them again. I also got this fabric. It's lamb's wool, 28 count lamb's wool, and it is to do that house sampler in the Just Cross Stitch magazine. So this one, Home Sweet Home sampler. So those are the two that's been released for this magazine. So I want to work on that one as we go along through the year. So yeah, and then I got more Mill Hill beads for my memorabilia kit. So okay, so that's enough of kind of planning. I've got some new starts that are in my stash that I will be starting in 2022. And then some of them are projects in my WIPs stash. Now, I'm really and honestly hoping to get so much stitching done in 2022 that it blows my mind. That's my hopes. So I hope to be able to touch each one of these WIPs at least one time during the year. So for a couple of hours. So I've got a list that I'm writing so that I can go in and check off, that way I get to each of them. Without further ado, here's the 2021 WIP Parade, and we're going to be here a while. Okay, so this is the Last Supper. This is I think it's a Joyous Sunday kit. I haven't worked on this one in a while. I've got Jesus's head done. I started this one extremely early in my cross stitch, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I have missed some stitches, or I miscounted some stitches. So what I have decided to do is I've blocked off 10 by 10 squares, and now I'm just going to treat this like a full coverage and like work this square and then move over and work this square. So I'm going to be doing a lot of parking threads on this one. I want to try to do a 10 by 10 block every Sunday at least. And again, I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, my issue with stitching is getting started. And if I get started on it, I don't want to quit stitching. It's just that initial hurdle to get it out and get going on it. So if I make a very small goal, I will be like, okay, all I got to do is a 10 by 10 block and then get started and I'll stitch more. That's my hopes. Next is Royal Holiday by Memorabilia. This one is also going to be in the 22 plans. I have requested to do a stitch along with Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. I think it's the last Thursday of every month. They're doing a live Zoom, and you will work on your large project. So I requested to be in the group, and I've not heard back yet, but we'll see. But this is where I'm at on it. I would really love to get this one done in 2022. I usually get a good bit of time stitching in on the weekends because my husband plays golf, and I like to do nothing on the weekends, so I'm really hoping to be able to crack out some of these on the weekends too. That's not part of my WIP board. Okay, next is Winter by the Cricut collection. This was my Christmas Eve new start this year in 2021. There's so much extra fabric on here. So here's where I've got on it. It's coming along really nicely. I was having issues. I could not figure out for the life of me. I don't know if you can see this. There's these sprigglies right there. Let me move it closer. See it on the pattern up there? And I was looking in the back stitches, and I could not figure out what color it was supposed to be. And my husband said, that's got to be smoke. So that is supposed to be smoke from the chimney. I'm not sure what this thing is hanging here, but it's a cute little pattern anyway. If you know what it is on that W, how about telling me? Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to take a minute to get these in here because if I don't, where I'm laying on stuff is going to be strewed everywhere, and I will be stressed out. So you'll just have to bear with me a moment. Okay. Next is Up on the Housetop by Stitching with the Housewives. This is what it will look like. I bought the PDF version. And this one has been in jail because I chose over-dyed floss, and it doesn't stitch as well as I am used to with DMC, and so I haven't worked on it in a while. So there's where I got on it. But I love the pattern when it come out. It's just, I don't know. I just need to get back on it and just get it done is what I need to do. Okay, next is Merry and Bright. This was one of my Mania starts, May Mania or whatever. And it's May All Your Days Be Merry and Bright. And I've got Myrrh. Myrrh. So this one is only going to be a 5x7, so I don't think it'll take too much stitching. It's just a matter of doing it. Okay, next is my Christmas Day start. It is Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Doing this one on 18 count natural star linen. And it's got an opalescence to it. If you can see the sparkle. Yeah, you can. But I got the word Christmas done on it. Okay, next is Autumn by the Cricut collection. I'm working on these in the seasonal time. So I'm doing this one on 18 count natural linen. So there's what we got on it. It's a pretty good start. I have really enjoyed this, the Cricut collection ones. Alright. Next is Have a Cup of Cheer by Cherry Hill Stitchery. This is another one I would like to get completed in winter. I was hunting that one everywhere last night. And there it was. Okay, next is Halloween calendar by the Tiny Modernist. I don't know, I was so super stoked about this one. And then it hit, and it was just like, I just couldn't get motivated to work on it. Like, that is all I got done. That's it. I would like to do that one, like, do each block on the day of Christmas, which means day of Christmas, Halloween. Do one block each day in Halloween, or during the month of October, but that means that I need to get the entire border stitched to make that happen. Okay. Next this is Halloween by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And here's where I've got on this one. I'm doing it on 18 count vintage Ada. It has very nice faint marbling on it. It's not too much to take away from the piece though. Next is an Advent Weight, and this was designed by me. I did not get it stitched where I wanted to, but I'm going to continue stitching on it because I want to have it finished by next year. So here's where it is. It is being stitched on 28 count light blue linen. I'm getting a mountain over here. Okay, this one I have not yet started, but I'm going to show it to you because it's in my plans for 2022. I've not started this one. Sorry for the glare. Yep. So set that aside because I've not started it technically. Okay, this is At the Sea, or Take Me to the Sea. This was in the Just Cross Stitch magazine in August of 2021. And I love the blues in this. And it is being stitched on a mint color Ada. Here's where I've got on it. Wait, that's backwards. Sorry, that's the back. There's the front. So very little started on that one. Okay, hang on. Okay. Next is Summer Sampler. I have not started this one yet, but I wanted to show it to you because this is my plans in 2022. Which page? Oh, 20. This chart was in the World of Cross Stitching magazine for July 2021. So it's in this magazine. And here it is. So I have that one ready to go. Not officially started yet. Okay, this was black work that I did by Peppermint Purple on YouTube, and I didn't do very much. I only did 2 blocks, but I have got the other charts, so I'm wanting to eventually do that one, but it just turned out not being a priority. Okay, that one is one not started yet, so I'm not going to show you that because it's not a priority. This is a needle point that I did. I'll show you because I did do some stitching on it. And all I got is right here on the wing. My aunt and I went to a retreat, and that's all they were doing was needlework. And the charts were outrageous. A couple $100 for a small one like this one. So we just got a dimensions kit and tried it, and it's okay, but I don't know. This is more my thing. This is a stitch a day. It is a project that I designed. Stitch a Day keeps my crazy at bay. It's over free on my website. I will put a link below. But this is all I got. Wait, it's upside down. Sorry. Here you go. That's all I got done on it. Okay, this one is one I have not yet started, but it is one that's on my priority list for 2022. So, I will be doing that one. It's a J-Land kit. Okay, next is Homely Houseplants. This was a stitch along by I don't know. Let me look. Stitch Anomaly. I think, yeah, that's it. Stitch Anomaly. There you go. This was my first style. So I've still got to finish up some plants on this one. I'm really pleased with this one. It's really, I love how pretty it is. Got patterns everywhere, charts everywhere. This is Patchwork Dogs by Designworks. This is the first one that I started. And I didn't do hardly anything on it. I don't even know for sure which way it goes. I think it goes that way. That's all I did. Yeah. And I was concerned about finishing it because I marked on it with pencil. I don't know what I was thinking. But one of these days I would like to I don't know. I may just stitch it with it like that and say this was my first one. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Alright, next one is Floral Cross. This was a Mania start. And I didn't get much done on my Mania pieces at all. Like, I got a flower done. My camera don't like all that light on that white, does it? So, not a lot there. Okay, this is a Mermaid Fair. I've not even started it, so I'm not going to show that one. Every Day is a Great Day when I'm stitching. Haven't started that one. Let's Fly Away. Haven't started that one. Okay, I'm going to show you this one. I don't think I've started it, but it's a priority in 2021. Happy Camper is the name of it. I don't think I started this one. Let me look. Nope, didn't start it. This is the things that I do. Never started. Never started. Okay, this was a free one that come in one of my magazines. I don't know which one. And this is all I've got. So, you see my problem? Okay, this is a hand embroidery pattern. This is how I got into cross stitching. I was doing embroidery first. And I come across Handwork Maniac. And then I switched. So this is what the pattern is supposed to look like. And this is what I've got done on it. Yep. So that's a WIP. There's a mountain of WIPs over here. Okay, this is one I have not started, but it is a priority. It's called Let Them Be Small by Lizzie Kate. It says, you will never have this day with your children again. Tomorrow they'll be a little older than today. This day is a gift. Just breathe, notice, pay attention, enjoy today. It will be over before you know it. Super cute. So that's one to start. This is All the Trimmings Sal by Fat Quarter Shop. It's a mystery sal, and I don't even have anything but the first part printed off. No, I don't. I've got the first and second part. So I got this far on it. I don't even have a picture of what it's supposed to look like finished. I do need to go print those off while they're still available. Okay, next is Bats and Booze by Fat Quarter Shop. This was a stitch along too, a mystery stitch along. Here's what it looks like so far. This doesn't have the border showing, but this is an 18 count Aida, and I'm stitching it with sulky threads. Got that far. This is another priority in 2022. Get that one finished up. Autumn Rules is a priority in 2022. I have not started it yet, but here's what it looks like. By Primrose Cottage Stitches. I have got And To All a Good Night. This is another one that's a priority in 2022. This one is by Stitching with the Housewives. And Stitchography. Another one I want to get finished in 2022. And that concludes. This is just a second Christmas rules that I had kitted. Have no idea. Alright, so let's count how many active WIPs that I have had in 2021. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put them back as we go. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. No, that's not one I've started yet. 20, 21, 22. Wow, I did so much better than I thought. So there's only 22 that I have got that is not finished up yet. And some of them are pretty close. And then all these new ones that I have got to start. As for finishes in 2021, I finished, let me think, Welcome Autumn by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Eek Boo Shriek by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Trick or Treat by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt. I'm thinking. There was another one. I don't remember. So there was a pretty big finish and then 5 or 6 small finishes. And then all of these in 2021. I'm very tickled with that. And it may not seem like a lot, but in April, from April through August, I was in school full time, homeschooling my kids, running my business. And then in August, my daddy had his ATV accident, and I had to take care of him for about a month. My husband had his heart attack in August, and so I didn't get to stitch a lot with him. My son had a surgery this year. So there's a lot went on for me to get all that stuff stitched. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I am. So that is my WIP Parade, guys. And like I said, I am not buying any new patterns in 2022 unless I get a bingo on my WIP Go board. I can buy one for that row. And if I black out my bingo board, I don't know, I'm going to maybe get it to where I can buy like 5 new charts or something. Because I should be finishing up some of these. And that's not too bad. I do have over 100, and I have been finding more charts laying around. And what I decided to do was, like in my magazines, I have got a place for my magazines in my box. And I'll put a link to the video to that down below where you can see how I organized everything. But what I have been doing is I've opened up my magazine and went through and like I took a picture of this one and I put the name of it and then I put what magazine it was in. And the reason that I did that was, let's say it comes Christmas time and I'm thinking with my no buy new chart rule, I'm thinking I wish I could stitch something new for Christmas. I can see all of the patterns that are in all of my magazines and stuff too. So I took this for a reason, and there's 22 things in this magazine to stitch. If I can't find something to stitch, getting magazine subscriptions, then I don't need to have the magazine subscriptions. You follow me? So, there you have it. What are you doing for 2022? That is my question. We have got, this is the 27th of December. I am participating in 12 new starts on Christmas Eve between 12 noon and 12 a.m. to bring in the new year. And I have got 12 new starts already in my stash that was already on my list that I wanted to start, that I will be starting. Which reminds me, I guess I better get all these things kitted up. Oh, I got the hiccups. To finish that up. Some of these older kits, I don't know. I think I just wanted to have a stash and I just went to buying stuff. So I may do some giveaways or something and give some of these away. Some of these that I don't care anything about stitching. Yep. There's a couple of them. But there you have it. Are you a stash addict too? Let me know. I want to know. Well, thank you so much for joining me for my WIP Parade. I am really excited about 2022 Stitch in Progress. I went into 2021 with no stitching hobby and come out of it having stitched a lot, made a lot of new friends, went on 2 retreats this year, spent a lot of time with my aunt stitching. I mean, I've got some new online friends. I've got people that I keep up with on their floss tubes. I feel like my life has been really enriched by cross stitching. And now that I'm going into 2022 with a plan, I cannot wait to see what all I get stitched. I think it would be cool to go 365 days in a row stitching, like not miss a day, even if you only put in a stitch. That would be cool, wouldn't it? All right. I have nothing else to say. So I'm going to let you all go. I am going to try to do, with all this stitching, I'm going to try to do weekly floss tube videos, and they're going to be short, but I want to hold myself accountable to what I'm doing on my WIP Go board. And like I said, I got to be a good girl. So the only haul that you're going to be seeing is fabrics and flosses. I've got some pretty exciting things coming up in 2022 that I'm also wanting to work on. Some overdyed floss colors and some fabrics, and so we'll see. We'll see what 2022 holds, my stitchy friends. All right, if I do not talk to you again before Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, I hope that you have a very happy New Year's, and that you spend it with those that you love, and you remember all of your blessings. And I hope that 2022 is a year full of joy and health and happiness for you. So I will see you guys all later. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, come over and follow me, because I post a whole lot more frequently over there than I will be on YouTube. So keep up with me there. Bye.